Hello Slapafish community, welcome back to another World Tanks Console video. So in this video, I'm going to be playing the Wind of Arrakis. I think that's how you say this name. So this tank is a tier 8 German premium medium tank for the Dune series, Dune Part 2. So, also you can actually get this tank for discount for the community op that's going on right now. I think you can get a max of 50 or 60% off. I know the part that's going on, you get a 30% off. So yeah, I didn't know that, and I kind of just bought the tank right out so I can own it, because I kind of collect tanks and stuff like that. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you two different replays about the tank. In this first one, I'm just going to be showing you how the mobility can work and the auto siege mode when you get to go in these hold down positions against higher tier targets or targets that may be a little bit aggressive. This is more of an aggressive play in the Wind of Arrakis. Also, this tank has a auto siege mode, which auto siege mode is perfectly fine for this tank. It may be a little bit funky, but auto siege mode is funky in console. And regular, without siege mode, you have a 5 degrees of gun depression. In siege mode, you have a 9 degrees of gun depression. Penetration of this tank is actually 230 on its standard, 300 on its premium, 400 damage per shot, but it only has a DPM of 1,600, which is very low for a tier 8 tank. It used to remind me of the T-34 American Heavy Tank before it got a reload buff. It used to have 1,600 DPM and 400 damage per shot. But yeah, this tank, it's kind of weird, and I'm pretty sure the little things on the side of your turret can actually get pinned that are like 30 millimeters. And they're like little exhaust ports on the back of your turret. I'm pretty sure that they can actually get pinned. I think so. This might have been where the chisel just pinned me. Also, this tank doesn't have great side armor. Actually, do not rely on your side armor, because you only have 30 millimeters of side armor. Because, yeah, I don't know why, but 30 millimeters of side armor is completely terrible. That means anything that has a 91 millimeter caliber gun or larger, which is pretty much everything at tier 8, or anything you can fight, will overmatch your side, especially when it's firing AP or APCR. Heat rounds, it'll get absorbed in the tracks. So if they're firing heat rounds, side scrape. If they're firing AP or APCR, do not side scrape. Do not give them your side, because it's just going to be a complete overmatch. Now this one, it's a somewhat short match. I was aggressive, got in this pretty good hold down position. The enemy team was even aggressive, and I did manage to do 4,000 damage, 3,074 assists, and 1,540 block. Now this match is more of showing the more aggressive playstyle of the Wind of Arrakis and the hold down playstyle of this tank. The next match is more like a more slow pace, and maybe using some of that hull armor and still using the speed of this tank. Now, I hadn't talked about the speed of this tank. This tank goes 55 forward, 20 reverse, and a power to weight ratio of 19.57. So yeah, and also you can see my auto drive disengaging, because you can't have auto driving while you're in siege mode. If you drop below the, I don't remember if it's 15 in this tank. I think it might be 15. If you go under 15, you're in auto siege mode. If you're above it, you're kicked out into regular mode. So yeah. There's a Centurion action, and I'll be able to get a shot onto it, and waiting for the auto siege mode to actually enable, and it doesn't give me the chance to actually put a shot into the Centurion action 10. Had to wait for the auto siege mode to actually enable, and then give me my 9 degrees of gun depression. Now the second one's going to be on Great Wall. This one's going to be a lot of driving, but at the end I get to use my armor, but I also get to show you where 230 millimeters of penetration can possibly fail at firing a Tiger 1. So, yeah. Anyway, also this is another part where you're going to see the auto siege mode. Yeah, right there. Disengaging my auto drive. I drop below 15 or I hit 15 and the auto siege mode engaged and my auto drive disengaged. If it happens again, I don't know if it happens again, but it did happen that time and I wasn't realizing. It was like, oh wait, it does that. Anyway, this is another top tier match. The turret armor is not the greatest of this tank. It only has 250 millimeters of frontal turret armor, and that's pretty much where the gun mantlet is. Anywhere else over the turret, it's 90. And I'm pretty sure those little exhaust spots, what I was talking about earlier, can get pinned. Pretty sure. And on Wikipedia, it says the side of the turret armor is 60, but I'm pretty sure it's 90. Where is it 60 on the tank? Oh, on the very back of the tank. On the very back of the turret, so if you're facing the turret at the front of the tank, it's at the enemy, then they're going to hit 90 millimeter plates on the back of the side of the turret where it's angled backwards. It's 60, where those exhaust ports are. And those exhaust ports are 25, 30 millimeters. And the top of them are actually 15 mil. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure that those can get pinned, but I'm pretty sure I've got pinned before there. I haven't tested it. Be a nice thing to know. Right now I'm trying to aim for this AT7. Also hadn't really talked about like guns assistance. Like it has a 15-second reload. What else? Accuracy is actually pretty decent at .33. And your aim time is 2 seconds. And siege mode and out of siege mode. So that's great. Now I'm just running around. Gonna race around and go back and try to defend. Well, yeah, pretty much defend. Also guys, if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing because it's free and it helps out the channel a ton. So now we're gonna go defend, help this AT8 or the AT7. I think it's AT7. I don't know. Yeah, it's AT7. And as you can see, this tank's top speed is 55. And I'm not really reaching the top speed of 55, even with the equipment. Oh, I'm not using any mobility equipment. I'm using an advanced loader, crew vents, and optics. My crew skills are... What are my crew skills? Forward leader, steadying, rapid loading, situation awareness, armor angling, deadeye, sixth sense, and I believe that's run and gun. Is that run and gun? Yes, run and gun and adrenaline rush. Now here's the KV4KTTS. KV4KTTS is known for how good the armor is. I should be really firing premium right here because of how good the armor of the KV4KTTS actually is. Because that thing has a lot of armor. And there's one of the brand new tanks, the Object 259H, trying to snipe the cupola that tank has. And you can also... Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I'm actually beating the 259A at shooting my lower plate. Now, why am I doing that? Now, the lower plate, well, the upper hull of this tank... Okay, so let me backtrack. I talked about the side armor of this tank, which is only 30 millimeters of thickness, which is completely trash. But the lower plate and the upper plate of this tank is really good. Like the lower plate is 120 millimeters thick. It is flat, but the upper lower plate is 180 millimeters, which is, if you angle it, and it already has angle, if you angle it, that can be used to bait people to shooting that when you go around the corner. But you just gotta watch out because you may pull around too much and exposing the side of your armor. Now, your upper plate is actually 70 millimeters of thickness, but the upper plate, your engine deck, is 30, so don't get shot there. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Every time this tank gets shot, you turn blue, as you can see right there. Now, this KB5 is going to have a hard time actually pinning me. He did knock out my ammo, and this is actually showing that the armor does work. Now, if the KB5 knew about this tank, he would be aiming at my sides, and there's nothing I could be doing. But luckily, the frontal armor of this tank is actually holding up. Now, he's actually going to start facing hugging me, and at the point in time, I don't actually know that he can actually overmatch my engine deck, which he's actually shooting into. So, I'm trying to back up far enough so he shoots my lower plate and angle it, and hopefully it works. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can actually, like, the lower plate can be fadeable and getting people to shoot it, and pinning, and ricocheting, which is nice. And just as long as people don't shoot your sides, and that guy got my sides right there. So, the Wind of Arrakis is a very unique tank because you can't side scrape in it. It has auto siege mode, has a long reload, but it does have fancy, decent, good amount of armor on its lower plate. So, it's a very unique tank. That's all I can say. Nothing really plays like it. Anyway, that's it for this video. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, remember Slapafish because watch that. And peace out. See ya.